You can transition from one career into another. You want to transition into a new career, you don't like what you do today, you're ready to move into something new, or you're over it. Like, I've been doing this for years and I'm just ready to do something new. Or you're excited about a different career, but you don't know how to transition from where you are to where you're going. In this video, I'm going to give you 5 tips that you can apply when you're transitioning into a new role. Okay, of course, before I get into this, I have to introduce myself. Who am I even? My name is Libria Jones. People call me the remote work queen, but I like to think of myself as a life-work balance advocate. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button and turn on alerts so that you know when I post new videos. Q4 of this year, I am making sure that I get more consistent about my content because I want you guys to be able to travel the world, live your best lives, have a great time. And so subscribe. Turn on alerts. All right, let's get to it. I almost forgot to tell you I have a free guide called The Ultimate Guide to Remote Work. You can grab that via the link below, or I'll pop it up here. I also have a course called the Remote Ready Bundle that will guide you through the 4 phases of finding and landing remote work. And I have a community. It's a free community. You can upgrade to full access. Just hang out in the free community where all my resources are in one place. And that is called the Quick Commuting Academy. Links to all of that is below in the description box. Okay, for real, let's get into it. Okay, so in my coaching community, whenever I talk to people, one of the biggest things that people have concerns about is that they want to transition from careers. They want to move from being a teacher to a project manager, or maybe they want to move from recruiting into sales. Whatever the case may be, a lot of people have challenges or concerns when it comes to transitioning careers. But I'm going to help you guys. I'm going to give you some tips today that you can utilize when you are trying to transition career. I hope you're ready to take notes. Thing 1, make sure you're identifying the skills you do actually have. One of the things I hear very, very often is people saying, I don't have skills. I don't have any skills. You know, I want to do project management, I want to do this, or I want to work remotely and I don't have skills. I am telling you, you absolutely have skills. By nature of the fact that you are on an online platform, sending me a message lets me know that you have skills. You are doing something that people get paid to do. People actually get paid to comment on Instagram posts, YouTube posts, blog posts, all kinds of stuff. So trust me, you have skills. But on top of that, all of the work that you've done in your career, all the things that you've done in the jobs that you've had, even the volunteer things, the things that you do on the side by yourself, your passion projects, all of those are skills that can be used in your career. None of them are throwaway skills. I don't care what it was you were doing. I'm going to tell you, and we'll walk through an example later, but I'm going to tell you, I use my McDonald's experience when I applied for my first real job at Deloitte & Touche Consulting. If you don't know what Deloitte is, it is a Big 4 consulting firm. And I literally sat in that interview and talked about my experience working at McDonald's because I learned some transferable skills working in McDonald's. And so I want you to identify the skills you actually do have. I already know that you're looking at me like, girl, what skills? I'm drawing a blank. I'm having trouble figuring out what you're talking about. I don't have these skills you speak of. All good, fam. I got you. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to identify 3 to 5 job postings. That's 3 to 5 job postings for the career you want to transition to, okay? You're gonna go out and find 3 to 5 positions that you would love to have in the career that you want to transition to. The next thing you're going to do is read through all of the roles, responsibilities, the activities that job does, because in the job posting, they normally have like a little blurb that talks about, here's what this person is going to do. Here's what this person is expected to do. They also have a list of qualifications that they're looking for, okay? So here's the roles, responsibilities, expectations, and here's the qualifications that this role has. I want you to go through that and highlight anything that you actually do have in your background, okay? You can print it out, highlight it in pink, whatever, highlight it in yellow, or just copy and paste it onto a list on your Notes app or in a Google Doc or whatever the case may be. I want you to be identifying the common themes throughout those 3 to 5 job postings that you actually do have in your background, okay? Here's what that's going to do for you. One, it's going to build your efficacy, right? So at the beginning of this, you were telling me you didn't have any skills, but when you read through these job postings and realize, oh wait, I actually do have this in my background. I actually do this. These are things that I actually absolutely do. I want you to make sure you are identifying those skills, okay? It builds your efficacy and your confidence, but the other thing it does is it gives you the language that you need to update your LinkedIn and update your resume, okay? All right? Step 2, I want you to identify a development plan. You're gonna go through these job postings and you're gonna beat yourself up about the things that you absolutely don't have already, right? If I know people, I know that you're gonna be going through that list and saying, well, I don't do this and this seems unfamiliar to me and I don't do that either. That is not a sign to throw it away and run. What I want you to do instead of throwing it away and running is use that to create your development plan. These are the things I need to learn and these are the things that I need to do in order to continue to build my background and experience in this field. So that becomes your development plan, all right? So step 1, you're going to identify the skills that you already have. 2, you're going to create your development plan. 3, what's going to happen is likely as you're looking at this development plan, you might identify that there's some things that you don't know, right? There's some things, some technical skills that you don't have or things you don't know how to do. Time to learn a new skill, right? So you can absolutely go out and learn a new skill. We live in a time where you can learn almost anything without having to go back to school or spend a ton of money. Right here on YouTube, you can learn how to do a ton of things, okay? Also, between Coursera, Udemy, Skillshare, and all kinds of sites like that, you can actually learn to do new things pretty quickly and at a low cost. So consider learning a new skill. Even if you don't do the first exercise, one of the great ways to transition into a new career is to learn a new skill. I know people that have transitioned into tech because they took tech boot camps. I know people that have transitioned into project management because they took project management courses. I know people that have moved into instructional design because they took an instructional design course. So maybe think about learning a new skill. Even if you don't do steps 1 and 2 that I told you about, do step 3. Identify a new skill that you might want to learn. But if you did step 2 and you identified some things in your development plan, and some of those things mean you need to learn new skills, then make sure that you are putting that in your development plan, okay? 4, go get the experience. In some cases, there are ways that you can take on projects or do little things to go and get the experience in the field that you want to transition to. I'm going to break down a few ways that you can do that, okay? One way you can do that is start taking the initiative at work. Let's say that you want to transition into software implementations, SaaS implementations or implementations or anything like that. And your company is going through implementing a new software right now. Find out if you can be part of that team. So a lot of times, and I work in software implementations, and so a lot of times when companies want to implement new software, they need someone from the business who understands how the business is going to use that software. And that's usually called a subject matter expert or a SME. Volunteer to be the SME. That way you get to participate in the requirements gathering sessions. You get to participate in the design, in approving the design. You get to participate in the testing, in the build demos. You get to participate in the testing, and you get to participate in all of the conversations around go live. And that way, when you come across jobs that say, we want you to have experience in SaaS implementations or the software development lifecycle, you can say that you've had that experience. Even if that experience is from the business side of it, it's still relevant experience, right? So find ways that you can take initiative at work. And there are multiple ways that you can do that, right? So I want you to think about, what are some ways I can take initiative at work to get some experience doing this? Maybe it's, you know what, I'm gonna own project status updates. Maybe you volunteer to say, I'm gonna own status updates. I'm gonna be the one that gathers all the information from everybody on this project and presents a status update, or I'm gonna own the communication, right? And those are project management activities. That is you taking the initiative and getting project management experience. Another way you can do it is do it as a side hustle. So there are so many opportunities for you to make money using the skills and honing the skills that you're learning as a side hustle. So there's all these freelance websites. You can tap your network and offer your services in this area. You may want to offer them at a discounted rate. That's completely up to you as you're learning. So that's one of the things that I did when I was moving into project management. I actually offered my project management services to my friends, and some of them actually took me up on that offer. I even put together a few project plans for a few friends. So that was one of the ways I was able to kind of check the box on some of that experience. You can also consider doing an apprenticeship or an internship. I've actually surprisingly seen a lot of opportunities to do internships remotely lately. So whatever the field is, type in the field that you're looking for, the job title that you're looking for, and add apprenticeship or internship as well. Or if you know somebody in the field currently that you admire that is maybe contracting, freelancing on their own, or running a small business, you could consider reaching out to that person and asking if you could be an intern with them. So if I wanted to get into instructional design or something like that, I might reach out to someone who I know is doing instructional design and say, hey, I would like to help you out with some of your projects as an intern or an apprentice. Or marketing is a great opportunity to do that too. The fifth way I'll throw out there is transition via your current job. I know a lot of people, when I have these conversations, they're trying to transition into another career or another industry, and they're looking outside of their company. One thing that I want to say is that it's been my experience that your company is probably more likely to take a chance on you than any other company would be, right? And so for me, when I was moving into project management, I was in finance and I wanted to move into project management. I did that at the company I was working for. I completely transitioned out of finance as a financial analyst into merchandising operations as a project manager at the company that I already worked for. Look around your current organization and find out if there are opportunities to stretch into the industry you want to go into or the role that you want to go into within the company. It makes it easier for you to network because you are already an insider. This company has already invested in you, right? Go ahead and give your organization the opportunity to take a chance on you and learn something new and get the experience while you're in the door. I said I was gonna give you guys 5, but I have a bonus. I actually meant to say 6, but I said 5, so we'll call this one a bonus. I love a bonus, don't you? The bonus way that you can transition from one career into another is take a bridge position, right? So let's say that I love using project management as an example because I was a project manager for a very long time and I transitioned from finance into project management. And so a bridge position could be something like, well, I am moving from finance to project management. I want to move into project management, and I don't feel confident that I have the project management skills yet. So maybe I'm going to look for project coordinator roles. So there's something in between, right? So whatever that industry that you want to go into, there may be an entry-level position or a position that is adjacent to that. Maybe you want to go and be a data scientist, but maybe you start out being a data analyst. So there's opportunities for you to consider doing a bridge position as well. All right, that is my 6 ways that you can transition from one career to another. I just want to let you know that in the Quit Commuting Academy, all this month, we have been talking about career transitions. And we've been hosting really great webinars and micro sessions on career transitions as well. If you're not part of the Quit Commuting Academy, go to the link in my bio or go to quitcommuting.com/community and join us. You can join us completely free, or you can upgrade to full access, which means you'll get replays of all the events that we already had. And full access is $29.99 a month, and you can cancel it at any time. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. If it was, please go ahead and actually leave me a comment and let me know what career you're trying to transition from and to. All right, and I will see you guys in the next video.